The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
All right, Mike Clowney, time to debut the 2021 Carson-Newman Football schedule. Hopefully it remains unchanged, unlike what we've gone through for the last year. Certainly it's been an interesting 365 days, and more or less it is the same schedule, really, that you had in place for the fall of 2020. Break down the mentality, the methodology for putting this thing together and trying to set yourself up for success while working within the confines of what the conference gives you.
It's wild. It's like the craziest question I get in the community right now. It's like, are y'all playing football in the fall? Like, we better be. But it's really cool. I think, once the thing with COVID hit and we start kind of going back and looking at schedules and talking amongst the coaches, we didn't know if we'd get to play at all in the spring. I know we were going to try to do that, but everybody just wanted to kind of come back and see if we could replace what we were supposed to do last year with this year. And so for us, that's kind of really what we're looking forward to, just trying to, erase 2020 and move on to 2021.
Certainly get started with the bag. The Thursday night home opener that has been a staple of Carson-Newman football over the last decade is back, and you bring in a West Georgia group that no doubt talented. Granted, it'll be 2 years since they've seen the field. What are the thoughts about playing David Dean and one of the deans of D2 football coaches?
I think it's going to be an exciting game. When David and I talked about, adding this game back, they were fortunate we were supposed to go there this year, but they were willing to come back here so that we could have a game that we're supposed to. But I'm excited. I think, he and his squad will do a great job. We played David some while he was at Valdosta, and those were always exciting games. And so I expect the same thing here the first week.
Kind of an interesting setup. Week 2 right now is a bye week. You do still have the option to fill it with somebody if you so choose, but at present stating gives you 16 days to get ready for a big conference opener in Wingate. How do you like having that time after week 1, where it has been so herky-jerky trying to play football for the last year?
It's still a big question mark for us on what gives us what's in our best interest, I guess I would say, because we haven't played, to go play a game and be able to have some time to clean up some things that we need to clean up, or, just go get after it and play, and then we've got to find the right team to be able to plug into that game. So we're still kind of weighing our options on that, and we're still kind of maybe looking for people to play, and if we find the right opponent there, then we'll probably go do it.
Week 3, or week 2 of actual playing brings Wingate to town. Bulldogs have won 10 games, 3 straight years in a row if you exclude the spring campaign. What sticks out to you about a high water mark for sack play to open things up?
Joe and his squad do a great job. They're always organized. They always bring a good football team into town or at their place when you go there. So it'll be another good challenge coming off of West Georgia, to open up the conference with Wingate and know exactly where we are as a football team.
What's the advantage, the disadvantage to opening up with 2 in a row at home, only to play your next 3 on the road?
We just go play football. Wherever it is, that's where we won't really look at the schedule and figure out where we're at. As long as the field's the same size and there's a ball, then we have to be ready to play.
You have some special Saturdays at home for the month of October. The 19th or the 16th against Lenore Ryan. That's Hall of Fame weekend, and Jay Floyd, Mike Schlechter, a couple of legends will go into the hall that weekend that have been associated with the Carson-Newman football program. And then the 30th, homecoming against Mars Hill. How special are weekends like that for Eagle fans to come out and have some games that with a little bit more meaning for the surrounding atmosphere?
I think it's always been special, but it's probably something that we've taken for granted before we got in the situation that we're in now. But just to have those things and to know that we're going to be able to invite our family members back to games and hopefully, be able to create bigger crowds at games and just having people here and knowing that we can be together, for this time to enjoy, it really is something that we, over time, we just take for granted. Like, I can always go, I can always do this, but it's going to be good to have people here.
Miss the fellowship of a football game a little bit.
You really do. You kind of can forget all of the things that go around it. It's just like with the band and the cheerleaders, till we all kind of get together and have a family moment.
Finish the year at home on November 6th against Limestone. Senior days are going to be weird for the next 5 years just because of the extra year of eligibility. But how excited are you for this senior class to close out against the Saints?
A lot of these guys that, chose to come back. And so it shows that commitment to football from them, that they're, want to continue to play as long as they can. So we want to provide them with that opportunity. And so it's going to be hard to see those guys leave when it's time. So we're not really talking about that right now. We're just going to hold on to them and get them past the finish line first.
How do you feel this schedule sets you up for success, both in the short term and the long term?
I think the front end of our schedule will really help us see where we are as a football team, not having played for a while. And then, once we get through those first 2 games, then we'll know where we're at. We know what we need to do to kind of attack and move forward to try to win the rest of our schedule. And so I think it lays out good. It's challenging. It's home, it's away, and there's always something that our guys have to get ready for.